In this video, we will learn how to solve the national income model using Cramer's rule. The question is, let the national income model be y is equal to c plus I naught plus g naught, where y denotes the income, c is the consumption, I naught is the autonomous investment, and g naught is the autonomous government expenditure. Consumption function is equal to a plus b, y minus t. A denotes the autonomous consumption, b is the marginal propensity to consume, t denotes the tax. Also, this autonomous consumption is greater than 0 and marginal propensity to consume lies between 0 and 1. And taxes are a function of income, which is equal to d plus ty, where y is the income, t denotes the marginal tax rate. And a lump sum tax, that is the value of d should be greater than 0 and marginal propensity to tax should lie between 0 and 1. We have to find out the equilibrium level of income, consumption and taxes using Cramer's rule. Okay, so first what we need to do, let us find out what are our endogenous variables here, exogenous variables and constants here. Okay, now to solve this, first we need to find out that very stuff. So for that, what will we do? Let me use another color. So let us find out, or let us rewrite this these equations first. So we have y is equal to c plus I naught plus g naught. Okay, then we have c is equal to a plus, let us solve this here. So b into y is by minus bt, and similarly we have t is equal to d plus ty here. Okay, first we need to find out what are our endogenous variables and exogenous variables and the constants, obviously. Okay, so let us see what are our endogenous variables. Endogenous variables. By endogenous variables, what we mean, those variables whose value will be determined within this model. So we have to find out the y, c and t. So y, c and t, these are our endogenous variables here. So we can say the income, consumption and taxes that are supposed to be found out within the model, these are our endogenous variables. They are determined within the model. Similarly, we need to find out the exogenous variables. Exogenous variables, those very variables whose value is determined outside the model. And here you can see we have the autonomous investment that is supposed to be given to us. This is our exogenous variable, and g naught is also our, that is the government spending, which is autonomous here. These are our exogenous variables that are fixed or determined outside the model. And similarly we have some constants here. Our constants here are a and d. Let's write a and d. What are these? A is the autonomous consumption and t is the lump sum tax here. Now to solve this using the Cramer's rule, first we need to write these equations in a definite order. By definite order, what we mean, and let me show it here. First we write y, so solving this function here. So can I write, and let me be very specific here. So let's first write y, then we have transposing this here minus c. Okay, then I add here 0 times t. Okay, 0 times t will be equal to t 0 here, and it should be equal to I naught plus g naught. Okay, what I am doing here, I am moving all my endogenous variables to the LHS and the exogenous variables or constants to RHS here. Okay, so we have y minus c plus 0t. Similarly, in this equation, if I transpose by here, it will become minus by. Then I have c plus c then if I transpose minus bt here, it will become plus bt. Okay, should be equal to so when I write bt, so y minus t. Okay, so what we are left on the RHS, we only a here, which is the constant. Similarly, for third equation, I write them in an order. So first, transposing ty to LHS, it will become minus ty. Okay, then I don't have any c here, let's write 0 times c here. Okay, then I have the t here, so let's write it here. T should be equal to d. Okay, what I am doing here to solve for these very equations using Cramer's rule, first I move all my endogenous variables to LHS and exogenous variables or the constants to RHS here. Okay, now I have to write these system of equations in matrix form. Okay, so let me write them in matrix form. Okay, so second step will be to write them in matrix form. By matrix form, what I mean, I have to write it in this fashion, that is a times x should be equal to b. Now don't get confused what is a, x and b. I will explain. A is our coefficient matrix. Okay, so the coefficients of y's, c's and t's denote our coefficient matrix, and let me be very specific here. So the coefficient of y is here 1, so I can write here 1. The coefficient of y in the second equation is minus b, so I can write minus b. In the third equation, the coefficient of y is minus t. Okay, similarly the coefficient of c is minus 1 here, so I can write minus 1. In the second equation we have 1. In the third equation we have 0. Similarly, the coefficient of t in the first equation is 0. The coefficient of t in the second equation is b. I have to write it here, so let's write it here b. And the coefficient of what we call t in the last equation is 1, so let's write it here 1. So this denotes our a. Times x, what is x? X is called the solution vector, and it will be a vector of the values of y, c and t that we are supposed to find out. So it denotes y, c and t should be equal to b. And what is b? B is the vector of constant terms here, that is this very vector here. And let's write it here. We have I naught plus g naught, then we have a, and then we have d. Okay, so first we write them into the matrix form. After that, what will we do? We need to find out the determinant of a. Okay, what is our a? Let's write it here first. So our a is this very matrix, 1 minus b minus t, then we have minus 1 1 0, and we have 0 b 1. I need to find out the determinant of this very matrix first. So how do we find out determinant? You know it pretty well. So to find out the determinant, what we do, we write the first element here. Okay, first element, and to this we multiply. We mentally delete this very the first element in which it occurs, the row and the column, and take the determinant of the remaining element. So remaining element is here 1 0 b and minus 1. So that means multiplying this with how do we take determinant? We multiply these two numbers first. So 1 into 1 is 1 minus 0 then we subtract and multiply these two elements. 0 into b is 0. After that we write minus comes from the formula, and then we write the second element, that is the second element is minus 1. Okay, we write the second element and mentally delete the row and the column in which it appears and take the determinant of the remaining element. So remaining element is or let me show it perfectly well. Okay, don't get confused, I will explain it once for all here. So we write the first element. So one is the first element, and we multiply it with the determinant of this very 1 0 b1. Okay, so we mentally delete the row and the column in which the first element occurs and multiply it with the determinant of the remaining elements. Then we write minus from the formula, minus, then we write the second element, which is -1, and then what will we do? When we write the second element, we mentally delete the row and the column in which it appears and form the new new matrix. That is, if I delete this row and this column, so I will be left with -b -t, and we have b and 1. Okay, then we write from +0, that comes from the formula. Okay, and take the determinant of the remaining element. So we delete, if we have this very element, we delete this row and this column and take determinant of the remaining elements, that is -b -t, then we have 1 0 1 0. I am just trying to show you how do we find out the determinant. Solving this, so we have 1. Okay, so the determinant of this very matrix will be, we multiply these two elements, then subtract and multiply these two elements. Okay, so we have 1 minus b into 0 is 0, then minus into minus is plus 1. Here we multiply these two elements, it is -b, then we subtract and multiply these two very elements, so minus and this minus becomes plus, so we have plus bt. Okay, and here we will get 0 times this determinant will be equal to 0. Okay, solving this, we will get 1 here, plus 1 into -b is -b, then we have plus bt. Okay, so this is the determinant of the given matrix, and here you can see it is not equal to 0. If it was 0, we could not solve. Okay, the system will not be feasible then, since we know that b is greater than 0. Okay, b times t, here we can see, sorry, b lies between 0 and 1, so it will be less than 1. Okay, b times t, b and t are both less than 1, so this will not be equal to 0. So we can say the system is feasible. Now we can proceed further. To find out the levels of, rather to find out the equilibrium level of income, what we do, and let me write it here, to find equilibrium level of, okay, equilibrium level of income, what we do, we delete the first column of the coefficient matrix with the vector of constant terms and form a new matrix A2. Okay, let me explain it again. To find out the equilibrium level of income, what we do, first step will be to delete the first column of the coefficient matrix, rather to replace the first column of the coefficient matrix with the vector of constant terms and form a new matrix A2, rather A1, which will be equal to, so A1 will be equal to, so we delete, rather we replace this with this, so we will get I0 plus G0, then we have AD, and we have then -1 1 0, and we have 0 b and 1. Then we take determinant of this A1. So what will be the determinant of A1? Let's find out here. So same process, we write the first element, that is I0 plus G0. Okay, then we mentally delete this row and this column and take determinant of the remaining elements. Okay, so we have 1 into 1 is 1, minus b into 0 is 0. I will not write that very step then. Okay, then we write minus from the formula. Okay, so minus, then we write the second element, that is -1, and delete this row and this column and take determinant of the remaining element. So remaining elements is a, d, b and 1. Okay, so a into 1 is a, so we can write here a, minus, then we have BD here. Okay, I hope I have not done any miscalculation here. Okay, let us continue. I hope I'm doing correctly it. So we will get I naught plus G naught, minus into minus is plus 1, so we will get plus A minus BD. Okay, then what will be the equilibrium level of income? So equilibrium, the value of Y star will be equal to the determinant of this new matrix that we have found out divided by the determinant of the coefficient matrix. So we got the determinant of this very matrix is I naught plus G naught plus A minus BD. To this we divide by the determinant of the coefficient matrix, which we got is 1 minus B plus BD. So this is our equilibrium level of income. So now to find out the equilibrium level of what we call the consumption, what will we do? Simple thing. First, when we were supposed to find out the equilibrium level of income, we replaced first column. If we want to find out the value of equilibrium level of consumption, we will replace second column. Okay, so to find out equilibrium level of consumption, what will we do? We will replace the second column of the coefficient matrix with the vector of constant terms and form a new matrix. Let us say it is called A2, which will be a matrix. So we have 1 minus B and T, 1 minus B and minus T, and in place of this we have to replace this very column this time. So we replace it with this I naught plus G naught. We have then A and D, and lastly we have 0, B and minus 1, 0, B and 1. Okay, then we take the determinant of this very matrix also. So determinant of A2 will be equal to, what will be the determinant of A2? Simple thing. So first element we write 1, or let me write it here to save the space. So let us do one thing here. So to find out the value of A2, the determinant of A2 will be equal to, we write the first element, mentally delete this row and this column and take determinant of the remaining element. So we have A into 1 is A, minus B into D is BD. Then we write, then first is plus, then we have minus from the formula, and we write the second element. Second element is I naught plus G naught. Okay, I naught plus G naught. To this we multiply, so deleting the row and the column in which it appears and take determinant of the remaining elements. So we delete this row and this column and take determinant of the remaining elements. What are the remaining elements? So we have minus B into 1 is minus B, then we have minus from the formula and minus BT. So minus into minus will be plus. So we will get plus BT here. Okay. So can we do any other calculation here? I fear. So we have A minus BD. Then we have minus I naught plus G naught times minus B plus BT. Okay. Then what will be the equilibrium level of consumption? So the value of the equilibrium level of consumption will be rather the determinant of this new A2, okay, matrix upon the determinant of the coefficient matrix. That is, we have A minus BD minus we have then I naught plus G naught times minus B plus BT divided by the coefficient matrix, that is A, the value of A is 1 minus B plus BT. Okay, now lastly we need to find out the value of equilibrium level of tax. For that, what will we do? to find, and let me write it, to find the equilibrium level of tax, we form a new matrix. Okay, so we form a new matrix A3 in such a way. So since we need to find out the value of t, we replace the third column this time, okay, with the vector of constant terms. So we have A3 will be equal to 1 minus b minus t. Then we have minus 1 0, sorry, minus 1 1 0, and in place of this 0 b1 we have I naught plus g naught, and then we have a and we have d. Okay, then we need to take the determinant of A3. So determinant of A3 will be simple thing. We write the first element, then we delete the row and the column in which it appears and take the determinant of the remaining element. So 1 into d is d only, okay, and it will become 0 into a is 0. We will not write that very stuff. Then we have minus from the formula, then we have minus 1, and delete this, the row and the column in which it appears, okay, and take determinant of the remaining element. So remaining element is minus b into d is minus bd, minus bd. Then we have minus, and we have minus 80 here. Okay, so we have minus 80. I hope I am doing this calculation right here. Then we have, then plus, we have I naught plus g naught, okay, this very element, and we delete this column and this row and take determinant of the remaining elements here. And here you can see we are left with minus b into 0 is 0, 0 minus into minus is plus, so we will get t here, only t. Solving further, what will we get? Let us see. Okay, let me see if I have done it correctly or not. I guess I have done it correctly. So we have d, minus into minus is plus, then we have minus bd. Okay, let's write it here then. So we have minus bd minus 80 plus I naught t plus g naught t. Okay, here I did it correctly or not. Let me see again. So I naught and g naught, deleting this row and this column. Okay, I guess I have done it correctly. So what we can do here, or let's write it as it is. Okay, don't make it messy here. So we have here d, then we have plus, or let us take minus common, we are left with bd plus 80, okay, plus t, then I naught plus g naught. Okay, so this is the value of A3, the determinant A3. Now the value of, and let me be very specific, then the equilibrium level of tax will be, okay, so I apologize if I have done any mistake in calculating the value of A3 or any value. Okay, I am just doing it as a human. So A3 is d minus bd plus 80, then we have plus t, I naught plus g naught. To this we divide by a. What is a? A is the determinant of the coefficient matrix, which is 1 minus b plus bt. Okay, why there is this restriction that a should not be equal to 0? If a is equal to 0, if the determinant of the coefficient matrix is 0, so this will become here numerator divided by, so we will have numerator divided by 0, and dividing by 0 is not allowed. We will get, it is undefined. Okay, so that's why we make a restriction there. The determinant of the coefficient matrix should not be equal to 0. I hope I make myself clear in this video. Okay, let me be very clear here. I am just making these very videos for you people. I don't charge any penny for this, so please share, subscribe this channel. Okay, this is for, you know, for the betterment of all the students across all the nations. Okay, so I'm just doing it as humanitarian purpose. I don't want any other stuff from you, except if you appreciate my works. That will make me more motivated to make more useful stuff for you people. Okay, I hope I make myself clear, and I hope you like this video. Thank you.